3D printing. 3D printing is the action or process of making a physical object from a three-dimensional digital model, typically by laying down many thin layers of a material in succession. There are 9 different types of 3D printers. Each printer essentially does the same thing, it just differs of how the material is heated and layered out on the printing plate, which is what holds your masterpiece. Deciding what printer is needed is based on the software that you have downloaded and the final plans that you have in mind. When looking into different printers, you would consider the printing cost, printing quality, printer speed, printer capability, printer practicality, and the expectations. The SLA printer is the most common one used for its simplicity and laser beam, giving it great accuracy. Most printers are able to hold any type of material you need it to. 3D printers are being used more and more for our everyday lives. For basic toys, you can use a wax or nylon material. 3D printers are also becoming more popular in the medical department to print prosthetics in an ABS plastic, which is strong, sturdy material that helps make it cheaper for patients. Along with homes, 3D printers have been able to print homes that still follow codes using concrete mixed with recycled materials, making it a lot cheaper than regular built homes. 3D printing is done in about 8 steps. Step 1. Users have access to a 3D modeling application or a 3D scanner. Step 2. User creates a virtual design of the object they want to print in 3D. Step 3. User typically saves their design as a computer-aided design file or a CAD through the exact dimensions of the object. Step 4. User slice their CAD file before sending it to the printer. Step 5. Now that the file is ready, the user will prepare the printer, making sure everything is installed properly. Step 6. The user uploads the sliced CAD file to the 3D printer. Step 7. Printer reads each slice in the 2D file to create the three-dimensional object. Step 8. Once the entire process is done, the user handles the object carefully, brushing off any extra powder. History of 3D printing. The first attempt at 3D printing was by Dr. Kodama in 1980. Charles Hull in 1987 released the SLA printer. The following year, Carl Decker bought the same patent for the SLS printer. In 1988, Scott Crump filed for the third type of printer called the FDM. Over the course of 10 years, 3 different 3D printers were invented. In the 1990s, we started to combine medicine and 3D printing, which opened the path to many uses. In 2000, the Millennium saw the first 3D printed kidney, which is now working perfectly. Researchers are experimenting on accelerating growth to transplant organs. Then in 2009, FDM patents fell into the public's hands, opening a wide wave of innovations, which dropped the printer's price. Development of 3D printing. In 2010, Irby was the first 3D printed prototype car. Although it is still a dream, many are considering it as a good alternative to the transition methods. In 2014, NASA bought a 3D printer in space to make the first 3D printed object off of the Earth. Many medical 3D printer advances, from tissue, organs, and low-cost prosthetics. 3D printing hasn't reached its limits, and many projects and amazing stories are waiting to be written. Industrial look. 3D printing is used in many industries. The most prominent industries, and the ones we'll be discussing, are automotive, architecture, aerospace, medical and dental, consumer goods, and entertainment. The automotive industry was one of the first industries to utilize the 3D printer. Automotive developers use 3D printers to print prototypes of mechanical parts to reduce the cost to time and money spent. Consumers are continuously wanting more technologies within their vehicles. while also wanting them to be environmental safe. 3D printing can help to solve this problem by producing the prototypes with less expensive material and expending less time. Automotive, like consumer goods, can be more customizable thanks to 3D printing, from small details on the wheels to the entire interior dash. The architecture industry mainly uses 3D printing to design and display scale models of the projects being worked. These models allow the architect to get a real-life feel and look of the design they intend to build. 3D printing in the aerospace and aviation industry is often used to produce mechanical parts of rockets and aircraft altogether. Because these parts are typically made of durable plastics instead of a heavy metal, a reduction in the weight of the parts leads to a decrease in money to be spent on fuel. Demands for aviation and aerospace development causes a need to reduce the cost of produce and increase the fuel efficiency. 3D printing in the medical and dental industry is used to produce products like implants, molds, models, and bioprinting. Specific side implants can be produced by patients, such as crowns. Molds can be made the production of prosthetics and mold medication like pills. Models of specific organs or aspects of the patient's body can be printed and used to practice procedures. Finally, bioprinting, which is still in the early stages, prints living and healthy tissue cells, typically of organs that are in high demand for transplants, like a liver or kidney. Bioprinting could make a massive impact on the medical field with the ability to, in theory, print healthy organs. The consumer goods industry benefits from 3D printing. The development of 3D printing has allowed for companies to provide more customizations within products based upon each individual consumer's needs and wants. Jewelry, dolls, and other toys, for example, can be completely customized without drastically increasing the production cost. Electronics like headphones can be customized specifically to the customer's head shape. 3D printing has become a game changer for consumer health products like insoles for shoes, braces for backs and knees, which all can be tailored to perfectly match the bend of the body because not every consumer is shaped nor prefer the same support. The entertainment industry has utilized 3D printing to enhance the experience of science fiction works. 3D printing is used to create parts of actors' costumes, which makes it lighter for costumes and less time spent on the designing process. Props and other aspects of the set are often created using 3D printing. This allows for designers and directors to spend less time on building the look and more on producing the project altogether. Operate to cost. To start off, a typical 3D printer averages $700. For industrial use, 3D printers average about $20,000. The cost to operate a 3D printer all depends on the type of material being used. On average, a spool of 900 grams or 2 pounds is $30. So for example, with that one spool, you would be able to print 100 iPhone cases, making each case 30 cents each. There are spools for cheaper, but then you run into the problem of having to pay for someone to come unjam the machine, which costs about $50 per hour. When it comes to electricity, 3D printers use very little, averaging to cost only $18 per year to run your 3D printer. Perspectives of 3D printing future trends. Before going into depth on the details of 3D printing and its potential future trends, it's important to first understand the two perspectives that we derive the future trend from. The two main views that make up the perceptions of 3D printing and its future trends are based off of the expected technological or innovative advancements within the industry and the projected industrial overview of the 3D printing market. Technological or innovative advancements refers to new technologies that support and improve upon 3D printing as a whole. This can range from processes or models to entirely new technological features that improve upon the capabilities of 3D printing. The market overview perspective incorporates information from the 3D printing market, such as the growth of the market and potential revenues that is expected to reach. This allows for estimating the basic demand trend for 3D printing, as the industrial market is composed of this information. Future innovations on 3D printing. As of recent times, 3D printing has experienced many different technological innovations that have revolutionized the industry. One of these innovations is direct metal printing that allows 3D printing to print on an increased number of different metal alloys. This feature increases the adaptability of 3D printing and is especially useful in the industries such as aerospace or automotive manufacturing, where lightweight and durable components are required during manufacturing. One of the most notable innovations in 3D printing is a vast increase in printing speed. New technologies such as carbon 3D clip allows for continuous print at high speeds of photocurable polymers. Compared to the original printing speed of 3D printing, new technologies such as clip allows for printing to 40 to 50 times the normal speed. Other 3D printing processes such as SLS have also experienced drastic increase in printing speed due to the recent innovations. Together, the combination of many different innovations like the ones mentioned will pave the way in determining the future potential and trend of 3D printing. 3D printing market overview. The other perspectives to view the future potential of 3D printing are through the lens of the 3D printing industry market. In recent years, the 3D printing market has been growing at an incredible rate, with the market size increasing in value and trending upwards. This is due largely to the rapid technological advancements within the industry. In 2016, the global 3D printing market was valued around $7.9 billion, but is expected to reach values of around $33.5 billion by 2023. According to Reuters, it is also expected that the growth rate of the 3D printing industry is around 27.29%. The rapid growth of the 3D printing market represents an increased demand and utilization of 3D printing into many different industries, which will all be mentioned in the next slide. Where is 3D printing headed? Although 3D printing is entirely an upward trend, with great future potential through virtual technology innovations and market trends. While 3D printing was already utilized in many different industries, technological innovations such as drastically reducing printing times or increasing flexibility of 3D printers have played a vital role in creating a more appealing 3D printer product. Previously, many industries only used 3D printing for design and prototype creations. However, due to creative innovations, 3D printing is being utilized in many different ways in vastly unique industries. For example, the great reduction in 3D printing times have made it appealing to many part manufacturers. Industries such as automotive and aerospace manufacturing have already heavily utilized 3D printing. It is possible that other industries that are lightly utilizing 3D printing follow the way. Another interesting and unforeseen trend of 3D printing is in its integration into many public schools and libraries for public education. The vast potential that 3D printing holds can be attributed to its increasing flexibility and capabilities in use, ultimately creating an upward positive trend within the 3D printing market. 3D printing will soon be the way the world manufactures.